Hello everybody. Thank you for giving me your time before the lunch. And I would like to tell you a story about DP World, but before I would like to create a sense of urgency. When does the next major supply chain disruption happen? For me, it's just a matter of time. For us, it's just a matter of time. We've experienced Corona, we've experienced the other implications on this world right now happening all over the place. We are experienced, the world is changing in many ways. Because we get our products, our things we use every day, we eat, we wear, we drive all over the world. And these trade flows are in trouble. And it's not just about the VUCA, so-called volatility, uncertainty, complex, ambiguity reasons. You have to know geopolitical risks. We have to take care of them. At the moment, 70 global conflicts are happening on this planet. One of them just right in front of us in the Ukraine. We see there a huge impact which has led the whole continent of Europe into troubles. Not only in supply chain by oil and gas, but also in many other ways. We experience an increase of costs of everything we want to have. We see also an increasing tension in the Middle East, just right now. Not to speak also about the actions happening at the moment in Asia Pacific. And this impacts global trade lanes. But not only that, we have a high growth in the United States right now. We see a stagnation of the economy in Europe and a recession here right now in Germany. We have a high growth in India, but also declining economy or struggling economy and the workbench on this planet in China. So why I'm telling you about that, about those economic uncertainties? Because for us at DP World, as a global acting company, we made our thoughts about how can we transform ourselves into something more than just being a port service provider. We're talking about how to escape, how to overcome disruptions, and how to see, how to identify new chances for us as a company, as a global acting company, to grow, to have a growth in our area, in the area we are working on, but also to have a future new environment we want to deal in. Because we need to face our customer demands. And we feel it every day in our terminals, in our warehouses, on our trucks, in our offices, when we deal with all kinds of customers globally. And demands like same-day delivery, like Amazon is proposing right now, that's not in the future, it's already happening. Maybe not always here in Germany, but in Asia, definitely. And the question is, are you prepared for this kind of challenge? Are we prepared for that? That's a big question. And what are we going to do against it? My name is Olschner. I'm the VP of End-to-End Solutions. I focus on end-to-end solutions for our company to build unique services end-to-end for shippers, for producers globally. To tell you something more about DP World, recently, you see it here with my shirt, we're a proud sponsor of the Ryder Cup, big in golf. We are not doing golf. We don't sell golf equipment, and we are not only a port service provider anymore. However, we have a global presence. Around 10% of the global trade volumes are touching our terminals. We know where they're coming from, we know where they are going to, and we know what kind of goods we are talking about. We are operating business in more than 86 countries on this world with more than 110,000 people. Why do I tell you about these figures? That's nice to have, others have that as well. The question is really how to become an end-to-end logistics service provider. And therefore, have a look to another boring slide, I must say, but it is the growth story of DP World so far. We have started in this showing the growth, starting in 2009, to 2020, mainly doing business in the port industry, growing within revenue from 2 billion to 3.5, 5 billion euros a year. But what's next? We have figured out, hey, our direct competitors and partners, they are touching our business in the ports. That's not nice. Second, we have identified our customers' needs, also have a demand for further logistics solutions, end to end. So therefore, we have decided to make a change, to transform the company. And we have done that in July 2021 by the acquisition of a company called Synchron, a logistics service provider, very strong in the contract logistics environment, especially in the vertical automotive, but based in North America and Europe, which has increased our capability in the contract logistics area. Second, in February 2022, the company has decided to purchase Imperial Logistics, a South African-based company, very strong on the African market, but also in Europe. Similar verticals such as Synchron has, but also dealing in chemical and other industries. With these companies, we have grown our capabilities in contract logistics, but also solutions for end-to-end significantly. But that's not the end of the story, because we would like to go also to grow in our other footprints, geography-wise, especially in Asia Pacific, by purchasing cargo services, a 5,000 people operation in Hong Kong based, focusing on control tower 4PL solutions. To do that, you might say, okay, Dubai, yeah, this is bling bling, this is the fund behind, this is the money. No, it's not. There's a clear strategy behind to grow a company offering services from beginning of the supply chain till the end. And what does that mean to have Synchron, Imperial, and cargo services on board? It's to integrate 23,000 people in the company. Because we have heard here during the last 1.5 days a lot about AI capabilities, automation, techniques, new services, but at the end, I can speak at least for myself, logistics is at the end also a people's business. And we see that. You have to onboard these people to bring them into the company, to give them a strategy, to give them a view, where do they belong into this great organization? And what is the future for them? And then also to grow organically. So by end of this year, the company is going to open 180 freight offices globally. Those ones need to be equipped with people, with systems, with processes. A huge effort to become an end-to-end service provider and really to offer end-to-end and not only focus on one area. Then we came up with a great model. We would like to deliver services from factory floor to customer door. This is our vision, to provide an end-to-end. And I will come back later with a great example which should explain it all, what I mean about that. But before, some more insights or some more standard stuff. We are going to build up our freight forwarding capabilities as well, be it in sea freight, in air freight, but also in the road freight sector, globally, 180 offices globally. And therefore, we would like to add our contract logistics capabilities, which we have earned with Synchron and Imperial Logistics, and then to add, and this is my piece, that's why I'm based on, this is what I'm focusing on, to develop the 4PL and the solutions area. By also solutions, lead engagement, supply chain control towers, and other things, a unique service like that. You might still ask, okay, what's the difference still to all the others, for all the big hats in this industry, be it DHL, Kühn & Nagel and stuff? They are doing great, don't get me wrong. But we are a little bit unique in this way that we think a little bit more further. An example about that is a department within DP World called Market Access. We go in areas where less companies or nobody wants to go. For example, we are not only logistics people, we are traders. We buy and sell the equipment for our customers and go into markets, as I've said, where they don't want to be. Like in Africa. If you buy Red Bull cans in Africa, you will buy it from DP World, because we buy and sell this stuff for this company. If you have a product you want to sell in a market where you're not so familiar with, you can use our services. We trade on your behalf your products in these areas. Also, financing is something what is not new for our company, like factoring mode, not acting 100% as a bank, always combined and connected to logistics services, but this is something unique what we are able to offer, and explains also something different what we are doing here. But another topic which has catched me again when I was recently at the Automechanica in Frankfurt was the area of sustainability. There, of course, sustainability is not only a big word, but especially in the automotive industry, and I had a couple of discussions this morning, is something driving us. Electrification of transportation, but also how to produce more sustainable and efficient. In this case, I would like to give you a showcase which not only explains you a sustainable solution, but also explains to you our solution to become an end-to-end service provider. Maybe you know all these nice little products, like the little clementines and mandarins you're buying for Christmas in supermarkets with a little button on, called Maroc. These are the products produced in Morocco in the area of Agadir. And they had a need. The challenge was, hi, we have a problem, Kai. Can you help us with your company, with your service? Because our products are going by truck, all from the south of Morocco, via the Strait of Gibraltar, up to Europe and there to distribute. However, we have farmer strikes and vandalism occurring in France and Spain who stop our trucks. And by the way, it's not really sustainable to go by truck all to the north with our fleet we have. And by the way, unpredictable lead times. And these are just exactly the pain points. We have congestions in the ports at the moment, especially in Tangier, crossing Spain and France, the European territory in general, it's an issue to go there. We have the risk of damages and destroying export fruit and vegetables while transporting these goods, which is really an issue for this industry you can't imagine. And unpredictable transit times. Currently, they have 5 to 6 days from Agadir into the United Kingdom, for example. And by the way, missing flexibility, yes, because our current shipping lines, they don't offer us the flexible services we have. You might think might be typical standard and not easy, but just imagine, everybody has to eat. And I came in here, and I was on Tuesday in Madrid on the food attraction fair. 125,000 people just being in this industry to trade fruits and vegetables all over the globe. So huge, I have never seen that before. And then you realize there's something more than robotics and also automotive or chemicals. It's the basic stuff, perishables. So we came up with a solution. Instead of going by truck, to build up an end-to-end supply chain from the fields via the port of Agadir, and you see it here on the map, via the port of Agadir with our own vessels and our own ships, because also we have a company called Unifeeder belonging to our group, going to London Gateway, touching our own terminal, and from there to distribute the goods directly into the supermarkets of that country, then going over to Antwerp, doing the same for Benelux and northern France, going back south to Casablanca and then to Agadir. What does that mean? We have defined a solution which saves 70% of the carbon footprint. We came up with a predictable new supply chain, flexible as well, also focusing on the customer as an A customer, not as a B, C customer like all the others are doing. And it's price sensitive. I mean, we see it here in Germany. This is the most price sensitive retail market here in Europe. our products have to be 110% perfect. Nobody wants to buy an orange with a little sign on it. So that's not really nice. So therefore, we have to focus on the quality also on our supply chain. So to make it short, end-to-end, dedicated, short sea service with 4 own vessels with our friends from Unifeeder, with a fixed transit times of 4 days going northbound instead of 5.5, 6 days going southbound. Using Port of Agadir direct to London Gateway Port. London and Antwerp also offered in there. And then also a new supply chain which is sustainable. That's only one thing. The next thing is, for me personally, to think in trade lanes. If I can do that to Europe, I can build up a trade lane from Morocco also to Western Africa, where we have our next terminal in place right now and building up in Dakar, and then to build up in and export of fruits and vegetables going south, but also importing goods from Western Africa, like the nice melons we would like to have in summer times on our table as well. As I've said, I'm with the company now for 1.5 years, more or less. I've experienced so many great things in this company, which wants to develop really into a global acting end-to-end service provider. I was with other industries before, especially in the automotive industry, but now I see there's a lot of more going on this planet. And this is what I wanted to tell you, how to transform a company into an end global acting service provider. Thank you very much for your time, and open for any questions. We can do that also in German. So I've been asked to do that in English. Sorry for that, but in German we can take all the questions you have.
Also, leider sind keine Fragen aus dem Publikum reingekommen, aber Kai, ich habe eine Frage. Das klingt ja wie eine perfekte Story. Ich glaube, wir müssen hier ins Quadrat, hier, damit wir beide da irgendwie auch drauf sind. Wie eine perfekte Story. Was sind denn aktuell deine größten oder eure größten Herausforderungen in dem Bereich, den du verantwortest?
Die größten Herausforderungen, ganz einfach, es ist die globale Anforderung, das globale Thema. Ich verantworte das Thema hier global bei DP World. Ich baue gerade tatsächlich Teams global auf, komme wieder zurück auf die Seite, die ich präsentiert habe, mit all den Menschen, die ich einstellen muss. Und dieses ganze interkulturelle Management, um solche Teams an Bord zu kriegen, das ist für mich persönlich die Herausforderung. Allerdings, die andere Herausforderung ist, den Bedarf der Kunden auch zu decken. Es ist unglaublich, welche Anforderungen Kunden aus Asien stellen, aus Afrika, aus den USA, aber auch aus Europa. Und in dieser Story wirklich End-to-End-Lösungen anzubieten, da ist wirklich ein Bedarf. Und das ist Wahnsinn, was man dort kennenlernt.
Ja, ich komme nochmal zurück auf dieses interkulturelle Thema, weil ich das mega spannend finde, in so einem globalen Environment, in dem ihr euch befindet und deine Verantwortung dann global auch zu handeln hast. Wie baut ihr dann so ein, ich fange mal so mit dem Thema Buzzword Leadership, wie baut ihr so ein globales Leadership auf? Hast du da, wirst du unterstützt von HR, People, Culture, wie geht ihr das an?
Ja, das ist eine Herausforderung, um ehrlich zu sein, das treibt uns auch. Und es ist nicht wirklich immer 100% perfekt, was wir dort machen. Du darfst nicht vergessen, wir sind in einem Multimilliarden-Dollar Start-up-Unternehmen. Ja, wir eröffnen gerade neue Regionen, neue Büros überall. Und auch hier, diese Organisationsstrukturen müssen natürlich auch aufgebaut und wachsen. Und je schneller und je besser das funktioniert, hilft das einem. Manchmal ist einfach Pragmatismus angesagt, das zu tun, dort auch mitzumachen, das auch auszuhalten, um dann auch mit den Kollegen
und auch zu kommunizieren. Das ist genau, man hat zwar einen großen Namen, aber man ist bei vielen im Anfang, das auch klar zu kommunizieren, um die Erwartungshaltung auch der Menschen zu managen. Ne?
Absolut.
Ja, spannendes Thema. Ja, was habe ich mir noch aufgeschrieben? Habe ich mir überhaupt noch was aufgeschrieben? Nee, das war's. Eigentlich vielen Dank. Du hast deine Zeit nicht ganz ausgenutzt, aber viel mehr fällt mir auch nicht ein.
Naja, ich hatte ja auch einen kleinen Hintergrund. Draußen gibt es gleich Essen. Ja? Ich wollte Sie nicht alle so schön aufhalten.
Ja, hast du gut gemacht.
Aber wie gesagt, wenn Sie noch Fragen haben, gerne kommen Sie zu uns am Stand. Sie können noch ein bisschen Auto fahren. Das macht richtig Spaß und wir hatten auch schon bisher sehr interessante Gespräche. Vielen Dank.
Großartige, spannende Geschichte. Großen Applaus nochmal. Vielen Dank.